Show me.
Chef.
Show me. The chef. Show me. Show me. Show me.
Chef.
Show me.
Chef.
Show me.
Hello, my name is Chef James. Today we'll be cooking Moroccan spice lamb pies. Let's hop to it. At the commencement of your lesson, guys, don't forget your standard operating procedures. You get changed promptly, you set your bench work up, you collect, and then I'll draw your attention to reading your workflow or reading your recipe. Very important that you get a train of thought of how you're going to attack this lesson in entirety. So, let me confirm to my workflow. And then you can get going. Next I'm going to work on my mise en place, so all my small preparational items. Broiling my onion, mincing my garlic, dicing my kumara or sweet potato, and defrosting or just making soft the peas that are going to go into the spiced mince which will fill the pies. Okay, basically we have our simple mise en place here. We've got our broiler onion here on our right. We have our minced garlic, our diced or Macedonian kumara, and our chiffonade of coriander. Okay, I'm going to turn the stove on to about a medium heat, and I have a thick base saucepan that's contain all the mince and all the vegetable ingredients. So into that I'm going to add a good helping of olive oil. I'm going to sweat my onion and garlic off in that, and my onion into there. I'm going to add my dried spice. Now this is all spice. And the reason why we cook them off at the start is we want to revitalise and refresh those to give them beautiful aromatics. They might be sitting in their containers, their cardboard boxes for up to months. So they become less and less powerful or aromatic. So that's why we cook them out, bring back that really lovely flavour and aroma that they project. Wooden spoon, stir that, gentle heat, so not too high that it burns. We're going to sweat that out, get the caramels going. Alright, we are cooking a Moroccan pie, so things that are common are like paprika, turmeric, cumin, coriander. Now I'm going to add just the traditional salt and pepper on top just to help depth of flavour, seasoning. So pepper, black, cracked pepper, fresh, and salt. Not too much at the start, you want to get all the ingredients in there and then taste it at the end. Maybe you'll need to add more, but it's easy to add than take out. Okay, that's been sweating, been cooking off for a few minutes. Until the mince is fully cooked. So just keep stirring it, and if you don't stir it, it will cook into lumps. So you really know that the mince is fully cooked. I'm going to add my kumara, Macedonian, which is about 8mm, under 1 centimetre diced. Straight in. I'm going to need some liquid, some stock to help cook that and have a nice sauce for the pie base. So beef stock. It's going to help cook the potato, the kumara. So just stir that in, stir it in. Reduce the heat to a low heat and cook that out for a further 5 minutes till that potato is soft. Oh hi, you're back. Alright, we've been cooking this for about 5 minutes now. The potato is soft, so we're ready to thicken it. At this stage, the sauce is very watery, we need to turn that into a nice gravy. So like when you're eating a pie, the thick, smooth, saucy consistency of a pie. So if you come over here, you'll see very watery down here. That needs to turn into a thick substance. And how we do that is we make a slurry, okay? A slurry is a mixture of flour and liquid, namely water, milk, stock, and basically you bind that into a paste, which enables it to go through the food and thicken it. And if you were just to put flour in there, there'd be lumps, it'd look unappealing, so that's why we make a slurry, to thicken things. Okay, into our mixture, basically take that off, avoid the hot lid. I'm going to combine this with my soft stirring, and it will come thick. In with the peas, all over the bench, and with our coriander. Alright, now that all the ingredients are in there, all I'm left to do is taste it. How do you know if it's quality? Unless you taste it, does it need salt, acid, sugar, bitterness, all those different sensory flavours. This goes onto a tray. Obviously we need to cool that mince before we put it into the pastry, okay? So I'm going to put that on a tray, spread it out into the cool room, just to cool down so we can... Okay, we are making mini pies. So we're going to do these in a muffin tray. Lightly spray those. Canola spray with fire. Over your bench or over your sink, that you don't spray excess on the floor, can become an ice skating rink. So over your bench, lightly spray. Getting the right base size, alright? We're going to do the base in short crust and the top in puff, larger than the circumference of this muffin. Cut it, pull it out, pinch the side, press it in. The reason being is we want a nice overhang so that I can seal the top with some egg wash on the top. So that goes there, and again. Okay, I want to stress again that getting the base size is crucial. So it needs to be much larger than the circumference of the top of these muffin trays. Much larger. Cut it out. And you don't need to push it in with great force or tediously because it will sink as it heats. And you've got this lip above the muffin so that I can put the lid on and that it cooks to it when you egg wash it. Alright, with the remainder of your sheet, you might not be able to get a full circle out of it, so you're going to have to piece it together like a puzzle. So just lightly mark it, cut some excess off, and then you can patch these parts where you need a little bit more. Okay, now that this the mix has cooled, I'm able to fill these up, so that's what I'm going to do. Don't overfill them because they're going to end up cooking and spewing out otherwise, so just be a bit careful with that. So, no, not under full so they don't have that nice rounded top, but not too much that they spew and cook out. Okay, now I'm going to cut the puff lids. Now the puff, you just get the circle that fits the top of your pie now that you've done the base, which is a lot larger than the top. As far to the edge of the pastry as you can. Cut them out simply like that. Now I'm going to grab my egg wash, brush that lightly. And what is going to happen is that egg wash is going to sit and seal the base to the top. It's actually going to cook and seal it so the sauce doesn't spew out over the edge. So boom, like that. Just place it on there ever so delicately. Okay, we're tidying the tops of these up so they're nice and neat and uniform. Just get a cutter about the size of the circumference of the top. Lightly grease it so it can spin free. And just remove that excess pastry from around the top. So just a little light spray. Always spray above your board. and just, like you're a DJ, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Spin that, and it should come off just like so. So do that with the remaining ones. We're going to brush that with egg wash into the oven at about 180 for 15 minutes until they're nice, lightly golden. Now that they've got a nice thin or light layer of egg wash, I'm just going to pretty them up with a bit of poppy seed. You can use dried spice, sesame seeds, stuff like that. So just a light sprinkling into a preheated oven, 190 degrees, 15 minutes. Bob's your auntie.
Fantastic.
Mise,